Ladies and gentlemen, the man on my right drops megaton bombs in sports and social media. Adrian Wojnarowski. Oh, I said it. I mispronounced
That's
it.
all right. You're
Adrian
right on it.
Wojnarowski.
You're on it.
I feel like I messed that up. I'm very sorry, sir, because it was our first time meeting, and I apologize because you are like a god in sports. A couple of questions. A, do you sleep with a battery pack on your person because you never sleep, sir?
No, I sleep like everybody else.
Do you?
Yeah, a little less this time of the year in free agency, but just like everybody else.
And how many cellular devices do you have, sir?
Two.
Okay.
Two, yeah.
Listen, I'm from Toronto, and I don't know if you've checked your I don't know if you've checked your mentions after you dropped that one megaton bomb at 1:54 a.m. on that Friday night. I was awake for it. Have you checked your mentions after you alerted the world that Toronto was saying goodbye to Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah, difficult. I mean, listen, the year he had in Toronto will be unforgettable. His place in not just Raptor history, but Toronto Canadian sports history, it's going to stand alone for an athlete to come in, win a championship in a place that hadn't done that. I think his legacy there will be he elevated the NBA even further, and it was already a sport that there was a tremendous amount of enthusiasm for, an organization that has done a lot of winning but needed Kawhi Leonard, to get them to that pinnacle. That's what Masai Ujiri traded for him for. It happened. They weren't able to hold on to him in free agency, but I think, if somebody asked you whether you want to have 5 or 6 years of Kawhi and no championship or 1 year in a title, I think everybody would take the championship.
They would. Do you have any sense of how much of a gut punch it was for people in Toronto?
There's no question. Yeah, no, I think, listen, people, when they traded for him and when Masai traded for him, it was a long shot that he would stay. And what Toronto did, the organization, the country, the city, they put Toronto in position to be able to sign him. They made it a serious consideration for him. And there wasn't a team in the league outside of LA that was going to be a consideration when that trade happened. So it's a testament to the players on that team, Nick Nurse and of course Masai ownership, that he gave it serious thought. But I think his heart, his intent was always to come back to California, and that's what free agency is, freedom of choice.
You mentioned Masai, and before we started this interview, you said you saw him in Las Vegas. Are there any nuggets you want to drop for us on TSN right now with regards to your conversation with Masai in Las Vegas?
No, we were just talking about sleep. Actually, I think he had flown out of the country, came back to Vegas for summer league. I don't know if anybody puts together more frequent flyer miles in the course of a year than Masai Ujiri. He travels the globe. He's an ambassador of the game. And I think he's going to be remembered as a historic figure in Toronto. What he's done with that organization and basketball, not only in Canada, but in Africa, it's remarkable the impact he's had in the game all over the world.
At home, we call him a Jedi. Masai Ujiri is Lord Jedi Ujiri. Last question for you. How do you possibly penetrate the Fortress of Solitude, which is the Kawhi Leonard camp, and then also the Fortress of Solitude, which is the Masai Ujiri camp? How do you do that, sir?
Well, it's like, I don't know specifically those, but just, you try to cover the league, you try to deal with people, forthright, you try to work hard at it, and you try to work at it every day. And so hopefully with that, it opens up the ability to get information over the course of the year. But it's a 365-day-a-year process, that's for sure.
And in that answer, you still didn't really answer the question, so it's very, very well done, sir. I'll let you enjoy the ESPYS. It was great speaking
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.